right, welcome back to another episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros. As always, it's Keith, Chris, Alex, and Adam. The whole gang is back together tonight. We're going to get into some way too early Major League predictions. But before we jump into that, make sure you are subscribing to the channel. It's free for you. It really helps us grow the family. And make sure you're dropping some likes and some comments on our videos. We'll get back to every single comment that's listed. You can tell us that we suck, or tell Chris that he's dumb for thinking the way he thinks about the Cleveland Guardians, and he'll eat crow about it too. So, like I said, we're going to jump into some way too early Major League Baseball predictions, kind of see who we think is going to win the World Series, or go to the World Series this year, maybe even win it. And then I guess we can also talk about free agency too, where we think some players, some big name players might end up doing. Or you can do a different video. We're gonna.
Yeah, we'll probably do that. We'll probably do a full breakdown on a different video, but obviously that's going to play a factor into some of our predictions too.
All right. Well, yeah.
So depending on where Aaron Judge goes, obviously you can give a team like the Giants, right? So. Out of curiosity, who do y'all think is currently the betting fit? So they've released the 2023 World Series odds on Vegas Insider. So who do y'all think has the best odds to win the World Series?
The Dodgers.
Probably the Dodgers or the Phillies.
No, not the Dodgers. The Dodgers are losing too much. I would think it would be Houston again, or even the Giants if they're predicting Judge is going to go there.
It's Houston, Dodgers, Braves.
Mm.
In that order. Houston, Dodgers, Braves. So
I think LA's going to lose too much. They didn't sign Turner. They didn't sign Trey Turner or Justin Turner, and they haven't. And they got rid of Cody Bellinger.
And that's not far of a spread between the top three teams there.
No, 500 plus 500 plus 600 plus 800, and then the Yankees at plus 900. So I'd feel like
Toronto coming in at 1,000.
Yeah, I mean you would.
I love how the Phillies are all the way back down there.
He'd be Bryce Harper's got to have almost Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
So, and actually, Toronto is one of the front runners for DeGrom.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they also just get Witt and Jackie?
They traded for Whit Merrifield last year.
Yeah.
So they got Witt and Jackie last year.
I don't know what that's going to play in for them. They just got rid of Teoscar Hernandez.
They traded Teoscar Hernandez
to the Mariners. So,
but their outfield was already pretty stacked anyway.
Yeah, it was kind of already overcrowded almost.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure out who to put where. So that may be honestly opening up room for Whit Merrifield to find a little more time in the outfield. But I was a little surprised at how high Toronto is. I'm a little surprised at how high the Yankees are current betting odds. Just what happens if Aaron Judge goes, right?
Well, I think Judge walks. I really think he's going out. He's going to like San Francisco.
Yeah,
he's going out west.
I think he's gotten to the point now where he's wanting the success. He's wanting a team that can make these runs, and not. I mean, like the Yankees is just the past they've been irrelevant since 2009.
Yeah.
Last 12 years.
They made a deep run a couple years ago, and they made the run this year, but
yeah, it's
very flukish. Like it's just like all of a sudden they'll get hot and then it dwindles down and they'll the wrong.
You are right. They haven't gone to like a World Series since 2009 when they won their last World Series championship, but. I mean, they'll make runs here and there, but I'm surprised they're actually that high too, just because I don't think they have the pitching, and their bullpen is god awful too. So I'm surprised they're actually there. I mean, they're boom or bust for me. Honestly.
And I think Judge is going to walk, like I said, because I think he's wanting to go to an actual complete team, or he's just going to say F it, I want all the money.
Yeah, I wonder if the Anthony Rizzo sign back for the Yankees maybe gives Judge a little bit of that reassurance that they are. Yeah, they are.
I don't know if honestly, I think that Anthony Rizzo sign was because they knew Houston was going to go after him, and they didn't want Houston to get him.
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't want their division rivals. Not the division rivals,
but the AL rival.
What is it?
Competition.
Their highest level of competition.
Yeah.
Do they actually call it the conference though? No, the league. The league rivals. Yeah.
I'm stuck because we're all Braves homers, but I feel like Atlanta is definitely still 2 or 3 pieces away from being ready to go back.
I'm going to say Atlanta. That's who I'm going with, because I think last year hurt enough that the players that were there in 21, the bad taste they're going to have from 22 is going to be the drive for 23. If we can get Swanson, and if we don't get Swanson, I don't think that's going to be a big deal because there's a lot of shortstops out there. All the Braves insiders are out there saying that the Braves have a very distinct order of operations if Swanson were to leave. They know what they're going to do and they know who they're going to go after. So I don't think there's much panic in that. And then it's also one of those things to where we find a way to make some of these weird trades that end up panning out here recently. I mean, I think AA is just a freaking savant at this shit, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be one of those things where I think it's going to be another situation like they have with Freddie. Is if they can't come to terms with a deal that they want, they know who they're going to go get.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who I would want to go get out of the top 4. And I would personally go for Trey Turner or Xander Bogaerts if it was me.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd all go for Trey Turner.
No matter what you say about how the Freddie Freeman thing went down, we all know Freddie was not the cause. It was his agent that fucked him over, essentially.
Same agent. Drew Rosenhaus is Swanson's agent too. Isn't he?
Yeah, I think he is.
So same agent.
Here we go. Yeah.
Here we got goddamn.
But
Same agent.
you know,
But I mean, I do think Matt Olson was a positive, and I mean, Freddie went to go through all that trouble just to extend his playoff run by 4 hours. So
Yeah.
I think the Braves are going to find a way, and I think we're not going to repeat because unfortunately it didn't happen, but we're going to go back there this year.
I'm interested. The Dodgers for as high on that list for me. I think the Dodgers and the Yankees have a lot that has to go on this offseason to put themselves back into the same position. I think for me, as much as I'd love to say the Atlanta Braves, I do think Atlanta is probably a corner outfield piece, a starting pitcher, and a relief pitcher away. Obviously, shortstop.
well, they added the relief pitcher. They added a relief pitcher in there when they went out and got Nick Anderson from Tampa.
Yeah, but Nick Anderson's not that good. I mean,
I'd go back and check those numbers from a couple years ago. He was a sub-2 ERA
for 1 year of his 8.
He's been one of the most.
I mean, I was 220 at one point too, and I looked good then. But
Nick Anderson is better than I think you're giving him credit for.
okay,
But I mean,
you still, like you and I have talked about it. We did a video on it for Atlanta. I mean, I still think there's a starting pitcher and a corner outfield.
I totally agree that
Shortstop,
I totally agree with that. But I really think with the number of players that are out there for a corner.
Oh yeah,
position,
it can be
you
solved.
can go out and get a corner. You can go out and get a corner, and you can get a reliable 5th starter that can go in there and solidify that rotation.
Yeah, for me, I think it's the Astros. I know that's just
The Astros are clear-cut favorite.
Yeah, I mean it's just taking the betting favorite, I guess. But I really, we've talked about this a little bit. I would love to see Houston if they really want to put their foot down and say we're going for it again next year. Go and get Jose Abreu from the White Sox if they can solidify. Yeah, if they can solidify their first base spot, especially if they can get a bat like Jose Abreu, holy crap! They're already hard to beat in the West for the AL, but I mean that would, because the Mariners are making moves. The Mariners are obviously trying to do it. And I would love to say, for me personally, I think the Mariners are the deep sleeper here. If I'm taking somebody outside of the top 5, like the Mariners for me are a deep sleeper here. Starting to really put together a rotation, young group of kids. Starting to add a couple guys in the offseason right now for free agency.
My thing is, I think the NLCS is going to be a Padres Braves.
That's fair. Yeah.
So my question is, why are the Padres so far down this betting list? Knowing that the Dodgers are going to lose everything, who else are they going to be competing with?
It would be the Dodgers for them. The Giants, obviously, if they get Aaron Judge.
They get Judge,
that
and
makes
they
a
keep
huge
Rodon or
move,
get another
right?
pitcher.
The Mets are still going to be in play for whatever happens to them. The Central is the worst part of the NL right now. Like the Cardinals are down here, plus 2,000.
Well, I mean that's like when you looked at the Braves division when the Phillies were in second, they would have been in first place in the Central if they were in the Central, and they were fighting for a damn wild card.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm with you. I think the NL feels almost like it's Atlanta versus somebody, but
versus the West.
Yeah, versus the NL West in some way, shape, or
Next
form.
T-shirt, Braves versus the West.
Yeah.
So
But you flip the AL side, it's probably an AL East team versus an AL West team.
Yeah, I would think it's going to be Houston and maybe Toronto or Tampa Bay.
Or I can make up to the Guardians fans now and just call y'all next year if that'll make things feel better.
So I don't know.
They're not even on this list though for the returning.
I said they were the worst winning team in the history of the MLB.
Yeah,
so.
when they went and made
My team that I've liked that I thought is doing some really good offseason moves, and you mentioned them just a minute ago, the Mariners. I think they got a great rookie in Julio Rodriguez, and I think they're starting to build that team in and around him. And I think they put some pieces together to make it trying to make a deep run. But like you said, I mean, that's a juggernaut in Houston. It really is.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a tough call to have those young guys beat those veterans. Can they do it? I think so. So I would love to see Seattle back at the World Series, and I think you're gonna probably see Giants or Braves come out of the NL. I didn't.
It's an odd year. San Francisco won't do anything. They only win on even years.
I knew somebody was going to say
They only win
that.
on even years.
I knew somebody was going to say that.
But-
when's the last? Seattle was
Six-
2001 or 2002?
They haven't. This is the first year they've been to the playoffs since like 2000.
Was it 2000?
Yeah, no, I think it had been 20 years. I think it was 2001, 2002.
Yeah, because they played the Yankees in the. No, they didn't play the Yankees in the World Series.
2000 was the Subway Series.
Yeah.
2001 was when the Diamondbacks beat the Yankees.
Or was that Miami?
Miami won in 2003.
Okay. Okay, so then I guess it was the 2002 World Series the Seattle Mariners were in, right?
With, yeah.
I think that's the last time Seattle had been to a World Series.
So I don't know. Like I said, I like what they're doing out there, and I think the Braves, like you're saying, are a few pieces away, but I think they have enough in the system now to make it happen. To make it happen.
I don't think they ever made it with Griffey. They didn't go to the.
They've never played in the World Series.
Yeah, they've never played in the World Series.
Yeah, the last time they made it to the playoff, I think, was 2020 or 2000. I'm sorry.
They've only made the playoff 5 times.
It was 2001.
Okay.
They lost the AL championship.
They were 116 and 46.
Yeah.
That was Jay Buhner and Griffey and A-Rod, and that was before he left. And Randy Johnson would have been on that team.
Middle school or high school for you?
I was a freshman.
Okay. All right.
Second grade?
First grade.
First grade?
Yeah, we were in first grade.
Yeah.
In
You were
2001?
in kindergarten.
Yeah.
I was
2001 to 2002, we've been in second grade. 2000 to 2001, we've been in first grade.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever the end of the year was, that's the grade we were in.
Yeah.
I was at
How's
2001.
that feel?
Go back to
When-
looking at your shit.
Back in nap times and recess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta love it. So, I don't know why I thought they had made it to a World Series, but that's my fault.
No, I don't think they ever. Yeah, because I don't think Griffey ever played. I don't think Griffey ever played a World Series. That was another wasted talent.
Yeah.
On such a generational talent, just wasted.
Yeah. All right. Any other final thoughts?
Nope.
All right. Well, hit us in the comments. Let us know who you think is going to win the 2023 World Series. And as always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe.